This podcast was recorded live in the Purple Room Studio.
I've hit the recording button.
Okay.
I have inserted the first player marker. And then I will say
Player
hello,
one.
everyone.
Ooh.
Welcome to the StreamVoid podcast. That was loud, eh?
Podcast?
Podcast. You see that? You see that in the outline? The old podcast?
I see Pog.
Episode 183.
Yep.
I am MikeyT, of course, across from me.
Hi.
It's KurbStomped.
Hi.
You can find us everywhere under our respective monikers.
Good morning.
And you are listening to the StreamVoid podcast. This
Mm-hmm.
is a show about life and video games and this squeaky chair I'm in.
Yeah.
It's so
Don't
squeaky.
mention it. No one would have heard it.
I don't think anyone can hear it anyway, but
No.
my God, I keep jiggling
Yeah,
around.
it's a little
and
squeaky.
Yeah.
You need to tighten something up or like spray it down.
Spray it down or tighten it up.
Yeah,
It's just
one of the
plastic.
two. When are you bringing in your chair?
Oh, soon.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
bringing
gonna
in my
say.
chair and the PC.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not doing anything with this currently.
Yeah.
Might as well put it at the shop.
You can always take it back home later.
Yes.
Yeah.
I sure can.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah. Herman Miller, he lives the high life at home. Now he's going to live high life at work.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone else sit in it, though.
No.
Well, you'll come in and they'll be behind the counter.
I'll be like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah. Just sitting in this chair, no big deal.
Yeah, that is a expensive chair. It's
Yeah.
not for your anus.
Yeah, exactly. Buy your own damn Herman Miller.
Right. I've gone through this guru very quickly.
Yeah, well, you fucked up, I guess.
I did.
I
fuck
still
up.
have monsters, so.
You sure do. I'll have to get another one, I guess.
Nope, sorry.
Oh.
1 a day.
One a day keeps the doctor at bay.
Yeah, and 2 a day. Early grave.
No, it's 4 a day early grave.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. You see, 400 milligrams of caffeine, that's an overdose.
Is it?
Yep.
How many are in this thing?
180.
How do you know that?
160? 160.
I don't even see what it says here. It doesn't, oh wait. Per can, 151.
151.
Yeah.
Ah, like the alcohol.
151 proof? It's pretty high, isn't it?
It is pretty high. This says 142.
And a 400 is an overdose?
400 is an overdose.
But that's it at one time.
Yes.
So I've definitely drank 4 of those in one
yeah.
day.
Yeah, I try not to drink 4 energy drinks in a day, but
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, oh, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah, exactly. I usually do it when I'm degenerating on the couch.
Yep.
Yeah. Then I'll drink a bunch.
At Friday, I worked from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m.
What? Oh, 2 jobs.
2 jobs.
2
yeah.
jobs. 2 jobs.
I stayed here and did the big ol' big clean, mopping and all that
very
kind of
good.
stuff. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, since we didn't even mention any in-between stuff, we just mentioned a squeaky chair.
Oh yeah.
And by we, I mean me.
Yeah.
Tell me about the lovely things that have happened in your life over the last
At the
week.
work week?
At the work week.
Nothing. Nothing happened. I was at work working, and then I was alone at the warehouse one day, Thursday.
That's
and
it,
then,
eh?
Yeah.
Just one day in the warehouse.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna. No, I was at the warehouse 4 days, but I was alone one day.
1 day alone.
I thought it was gonna be 2, but it was 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it may as well have been alone for 2.
Classic.
Because it was just me doing my own thing, really.
Yep.
And, yeah, it was fine. We've got a lot of toilet paper. Like, we bought a trailer load of toilet paper, but it's not like one type. It's like, I don't know. It's very weird.
Multi-toilet papers?
Yeah, and like paper towel and everything, but it's like they just, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. It's like, I really don't know. Every skid is like, there's 10 different, like there's Downy or whatever, you know, the different types, Charmin, but there'll be like 4 bundles of Charmin, and then there'll be like all these Kleenexes and everything. It's like so weird.
It's just a mishmash of
Yeah, but there's like
paper
a whole like trailer load of it.
all mishmash?
Yeah. It's so weird.
That is weird.
So I don't know what it was like at the Charmin factory. Whenever they make a skid, there's one bundle left over. They leave it off to the side, and then they put them all on a skid and sell them later. I don't know.
That seems inefficient.
Yeah, exactly.
Very inefficient.
So it was a bit weird, but yeah. And then we got these weird 1080p webcams in. They were like Amazon like garbage specials. I kind of want to plug one in and see what it looks like, you know?
Yeah.
Because it looks, the base, when I pulled it out of the box, I'm like, oh, it looks like the Logitech.
Yeah, the C920s.
Yeah, but then as I pull it out, it's got like a lens sticking out of it. Like, it's very weird. It looks weird. So I was like, I wonder what this would do to my computer. Probably install malware right away or something.
Probably.
But it's like, all this shit is like Amazon, like, I don't know how we got it, but it's Amazon, like, fulfillment stuff, basically.
Yeah.
So it was obviously at an Amazon warehouse where they were fulfilling for like third-party vendors. And we got it all. So it's like maybe the vendors decided like, oh, we're not going to sell it through Amazon and we'll just bulk sell it to someone else.
Yeah, or that vendor went out of business. But
it's not like the stuff is all like miscellaneous. It's not like it's all electronics or anything. It's like a ratchet set or like a fleece comforter or 1080p webcams or a wok spatula.
Yeah, it's weird because some of those, when you look at those third-party sellers, and you're like, oh, what is? Well, you're looking at the ratings, making sure they're good because it's like it's fulfilled by Amazon, so you gotta like make sure that the seller's okay. Even though it's fulfilled by Amazon, sometimes stuff happens, and then you go and look at what their other stuff is they're selling. It's like it doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's like it's just like Temu dropship basically.
Yeah.
Or not Temu. Yeah, I guess Shine or Sheen or whatever, and
Shein.
Yeah, however you pronounce it. So yeah, a lot of weird stuff going on with that stuff. Like, just like Bibles, like kids' Bibles, like picture Bibles for kids.
Bible by picture.
Very weird. So, and then of course, no one has an eye for detail quite like me.
No, of course not.
But, it'll be like, oh, they've added, when we get this random stuff in, we have to like mark down the information, send it to the office. They add it in. Then it can be ordered, you know?
Yeah.
So it'll be like, oh, there's a new item that was added. And it just says lock. Like, the description is lock.
It's just a lock.
So, like, is it a padlock? Is it a door lock?
Yeah.
Like, what is it, right? So I go down to the location. I'm like, okay, this is obviously a door lock. So I grab it. I'm like, well, it's not the same item. It's a different lock. But it's in the space it's supposed to be. So then I'll ask the other guy, like, what's the deal with the lock here? Like, it doesn't match the description or the code or anything like that. He's like, oh, well, there was a whole skid of them, and I just took one off of it and wrote it down. I didn't look at everything on the skid, so maybe the skid is all mixed. And it's just like, oh my God. So it's just like, for fuck's sakes.
We were actually just talking about that before the podcast here about people picking and not checking.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, oh my God. So it continually, I asked him, I'm like, well, can you check? He's like, yeah, I'll check, whatever. And it's been like 2 weeks. And every day it tries to pick this fucking lock. And I'm just like, no, I don't got it. 0. Don't send it. So that happens way too often, dude.
Yeah.
Way too often.
Yeah.
I can only do what I can do.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So
that's all you can do.
And then I was in the office and my good friend was there and she was attacked by dogs.
Yes, I believe we talked about that before.
Broke her leg, cracked it or something, because she's in like a brace, but not a cast. She was hobbling around. Is she exaggerating? I don't know. It seemed to be pretty bad. So anyways, I was helping her out by, she'd be like, I need to go get this paper or whatever. And I'd be like, I'll go get it. So I'd go get it. And then one time she was like hobbling to the office. I'm like, well, what do you need? Like, let me go get it. And she's like, you can't help me with this one. It's a bathroom break. I was like, okay, no problem. So then she goes, right? And like literally like a minute later, she's calling my cell phone from her cell phone. I'm like, oh my God, she fell in the fucking toilet. I gotta go pick her up. And then it's like, no, she was going into the washroom and the water guy was trying to deliver our water and she couldn't hold the door open. So she was getting me to hold the door or whatever. Because I just answered the phone and I was like, hello? Like, what is happening here? So she was fine.
Yeah.
And then I think this coming week, I think I actually am going to be alone in the warehouse for 2 days because like the other guy's cousin is getting married this weekend.
Yeah.
So they're going down to the wedding. So I think he's gone Thursday, Friday. So
There you go.
Pretty good.
Nice.
I like being alone.
Yes. I also like being
But
alone.
it's not even like I am alone basically when I'm at the warehouse.
Yeah.
But then I'll just see someone walking around and be like, I'm not alone.
Yep.
I'm actually not alone. Not that I do anything different when I'm alone. I just do my thing. But I just don't have to like shake my head at anything when I see someone doing something. It's just like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
So, and then other than that, I didn't do anything at work really. Oh, well, the one thing is my boss, like he's not even that much older. Like the owner's like, he's like 56 or something like that. So he's not that much older than me.
No.
But he texts like he's 100 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he went to Williams Lake where our other store is. And I just get a text from him and it'll say like, we need to do something about the mouse traps. And I'll be like, okay. I replied like, well, we just ran out at the warehouse and I manually ordered them. So whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, well, why is he upset about the mouse traps? Anyways. So then he's in the warehouse the next day. Yeah. And he's telling me other things. And I'm like, what's the deal with the mouse traps? And he's like, oh yeah, I think we should order them from China. And I was like, that was what that text was about? Like, we need to, his text was like, we need to sort out or deal with the mouse traps. And I was like, well, why didn't you say like, hey, we should order the mouse traps from China? Just like,
that's weird.
Yeah, like he just had an idea and just wanted to like not forget it, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you say it in a way that I know what's going on? Mm-hmm. You know, rather, because I just assume like, oh, the mousetrap situation is bad in this other store, which it sort of was, but it wasn't because he was upset about it or anything. He just was like, oh yeah, they'd probably be really easy and cheap to import from China. Because when he said that, I'm like, oh, that's what you meant?
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
But yeah, it's always like, he'll ask for information, I'll reply, and he'll be like, okay, ... And I'm just like, okay, yes, good, okay, bad, okay, what's
just
going on?
me.
But apparently that's a thing like older people did from writing, I don't know if it was like typing or something like that, but that would be a way to like end your thought, was just
full stop.
Do ... Whereas we look at it like,
okay.
Like, okay.
What else is coming?
Yeah, like, okay, something's wrong with what you said to me? Like, okay. Exactly. Like, that's the way I read it. Okay. But he's just like, okay.
Yeah, that's what my general manager does too.
Yeah, ...
He goes not ... He goes, he writes a sentence out and then goes ... Ron.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Boomer texting, man, it sucks. Anyways, I'm starting to figure it out now, but it's a pain in the ass anyways.
Oh man.
Yeah. Speaking of boomer, what about you?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out boomer text. We're trying to figure out millennial text. God,
yeah.
We're in a weird spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to figure out all these kind of texting styles. I'm like, God.
I don't really have millennials texting me.
I do.
Not really.
I don't really, I guess.
Yeah.
Just, just the boys from work.
Oh, yeah. 420 for the boys.
420 swed.
Yeah, for the boys.
For the.
Yeah.
It's not even for the boys. It's
yeah.
for the.
Sorry, my apologies.
You get too many syllables in there.
Yeah, my bad. What about your work?
Yeah, that work, I'm over it.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I'm so over it.
Yeah, me too.
Every time that guy's in the office, I'm just like, oh, God, just go.
Yeah.
What are you even doing here?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what are you even doing here?
What are you doing here? You're just making everything difficult and stupid.
Exactly.
So, yeah, he comes and for a couple hours, leaves for a couple hours, comes back for a couple hours, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you even doing here? You just collecting the paycheck or what?
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why wouldn't he? They bring him back?
Yep. Might as well collect a paycheck.
Yeah, why not? What are they going to do? Fire me again? He's old enough. Should be retired.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he is old enough to retire.
Yeah.
Close to it anyway. I don't think he's quite 65.
Okay.
He's like 63.
Oh, yeah.
Early retirement, though.
Yep.
Yeah, end of the month stuff happening, getting yelled at by people for not bringing in jobs in time. But it's like, well, I pivoted my guys to another job so we get it because it's bigger. And it's like, oh, God.
No, yeah.
Everyone, their hard, fast deadlines and units and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not into it anymore.
Nope.
Not into all these aggressive meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have that, but yeah, I'm done anyways.
I got that a lot now.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
No. Yeah, well, you can quit soon enough.
Yeah, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully. But here's great.
Where's here?
Here is the Game Hub, which is where we're recording this lovely podcast today.
Okay. Still waiting on the advertising payment.
Yeah, right.
For all the advertising.
Which is use of the space. That's how they're sponsoring
Oh,
this podcast.
shit. Fuck. God damn it. It's bullshit, dude.
And sometimes you get a monster.
It's like a kickback.
Yeah.
Sometimes one time when I bought you breakfast. So I actually lost money on that deal.
Yeah. Oh, I lost money on this deal because I bought you breakfast, but you bought your own
Fair
monster
enough,
this time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you know, we got stuff. A lot of people have been donating games.
Yeah.
And so somebody brought in the, did I tell you about the dusty ass Pictionary last week?
With bugs
with
and
the
shit in it?
silverfish in it?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't tell you about what else came in with that.
Oh, no.
It was a POG Tournament Championship Edition
Pogs.
playset for but not like a playset, like a tournament organizer's kit.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Weird.
for POG.
Really?
And it's got like all the bracket sheets and stuff like that inside.
Are they
and,
filled
like,
in?
The tournament mats. No, it's like brand new.
Got to scan one of those.
It's crazy.
So when you have a POG tournament, you can print off a fresh sheet.
I think they're too big to fit in my scanner.
Oh, really?
But it's got like the official like POGs in it. So like no quirky POGs.
Oh, yeah.
Just like official POGs and slammers.
You can use the Google scanner app.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but you could use that.
No, I use that all the time.
Yeah, there you go.
To scan in my receipts.
You know what POG stands for?
No.
Pineapple, orange, and guava.
Oh.
Because they were like the lids of some drink in Hawaii or something like that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways.
That makes sense, but you could also be yanking my chain pretty hard and I'd still believe it.
No, it's true.
That's so believable.
I don't make up lies like you. I only say straight facts.
Straight facts.
Yeah. Everything
For
is
sure.
factual. So have you played the Pogs?
No.
Oh.
No, it's still really new.
Okay.
But I thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, Pogs. And kids are like, what are these?
Yeah. They're Pogs.
They're Pogs.
Ask your grandpa about them.
Yeah,
Is there a bag of marbles over there?
No.
No.
We should get a bag of marbles though, and then like a little sand
Some
pit.
jacks?
Some
Pickup sticks?
Jacks. There are pickup sticks.
Oh, really? What about a Light Bright? That's not really a...
No, it's not a game. That's more of an artistic expressionism device.
But no pickup sticks?
Yeah, there's pickup sticks.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
What about a barrel of monkeys?
No barrel of monkeys.
God damn. And what else would there be? Lincoln Logs?
So, back at the
Jenga.
old All Aboard games, they had Don't Break the Ice.
Don't Break the Ice.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
There's this like box that you put a bunch of cubes into that are just suspended there by their friction.
Okay.
And then you like use your little hammer to like hit the block down.
Okay.
And you try not to collapse the whole thing.
Okay. Don't break the ice.
Yeah, don't break the ice. And you put like little penguins on it, and every time your little penguin fell, you'd lose a point. But we would have like tournaments of that over there at All Aboard.
Interesting. Never heard of that one.
Yeah, it was fun.
What about a Rubik's Cube?
No Rubik's Cube.
It's more of a puzzle than a game.
Yeah. We haven't been starting to get into the puzzles yet.
No.
But there are these like cool like mystery puzzles.
No.
Which have like, they tell a story, but you don't know what the story is until you get it all together, because the box shows you one thing and then you start to put it together and it shows you like a different little story of how everything's happening in the puzzle.
I see.
I'm like, oh man, that's cool.
I had a puzzle that was based from the show Lost that had like little secrets on it and stuff like that.
Nice.
Like a black light you could shine on it when it was and stuff. It didn't tell you anything important.
That's
of course not. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing anyways.
Nope, they sure didn't.
I can't think of any old archaic puzzle or games that you could kick the can. You got a can over there?
No cans.
No?
No.
Like a hoop with a stick?
Oh, hoop with a stick.
Or,
I'm pushing this hoop with a stick.
What's that thing called? You know what?
A bop it?
No. With a string?
Oh, the paddle and the ball?
Yeah, what's that thing called? A ball with a cup?
Ball in a cup? I'll play my ball in a cup.
Yeah. It's a game, technically.
Technically, yeah. It's a game of skill, in fact.
Yeah. I can't think of any more old games.
That's too bad.
That's about it.
Stick in a hoop, ball in a cup.
Yeah, you roll the hoop and you just hit it with the stick to keep it going.
Keep it going, yeah.
Exactly. Wow. What about, you're going to have a Twister tournament?
Twister tournament?
Yeah.
That's sexual harassment.
No, it's all men. All naked men.
All naked, greased up men.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd probably work.
Yeah, exactly. Oops, I slipped Slip something in. Oops.
Gross.
That's fun.
Yes, I guess. I've never played it.
Any other work-related hijinks?
We had the standard showdown on the Thursday there.
And that means what?
That is the standard format for Magic, which is like from, I think it's like 6 sets.
Oh, yeah.
That's your entire card pool. That's my favorite format to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a standard showdown.
Nice.
We streamed it. It was good. We had a turnout of 9,
which
is quite a few for standard, because everyone's like, oh, standard's dead. Nobody plays standard anymore. And you have a standard showdown. We got 9 people showing up.
Okay.
That's good.
Does anyone play like unlimited? What is it called when you can use every card?
Yeah, unlimited, I think.
Yeah.
No.
Never,
if anyone who does play that plays proxies.
Oh, well, that's no fun.
No.
I don't like proxies.
No, yeah, they're proxies. You gotta have that real Mox in there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, you can own the Mox and have it in
Proxied.
your acrylic bubble.
Yep.
But you could proxy it in your deck, but you have to own it. And it has to be there on the table for me to steal.
How much is a Mox Jet going for right now?
Oh, too much. 20 grand?
Mox Jet, unlimited.
Unlimited? What about Alpha?
Let's see. Mox Jet, unlimited 2nd edition are going for 2,000.
That's 2nd edition, unlimited? Why it's 2nd edition?
I don't know. 4,254 American. That was and that's a moderately played.
That's unlimited?
That's unlimited.
Okay.
Wonder if we can pull an Alpha up.
What I'm trying to think of any cards I have. I don't need to proxy my Benelish heroes.
Nope, you sure don't. Yeah, Mox Ruby Alpha Edition, $18,000.
Easy.
There are 2 in the market right now.
I wonder if I ever saw any of those when I was playing back in the day. They were worth money back then, but not like this. They were probably worth like $100, $200, stuff like that. I'm wondering if I ever played against anybody that had any of those, because I was playing shortly after that era, revised. So it's pretty close to Alpha, really.
Yeah. That's that's what I was playing.
Yeah.
Or no, Ice Age.
Yeah, but
that's
the
edition. First one that I feel like I remember.
That was 4th edition.
Yeah.
I started in revised, so. But I had black border cards, I had betas and stuff like that.
It's
not
interesting
many.
that they went from black border to white border and then back to black border.
Well, wait, but they're regular. Like, do you have any regular whatever 10th edition or whatever?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Are they white or black border? They're white border.
I'm not entirely sure.
I'm sure they're white.
You'd have
border.
to look.
Thought that was the whole point of them, to make them stand out.
Ah.
Well, I think the whole deal with that is a white border is cheaper to make, because you don't have to print black around every edge,
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, 10th edition is black border.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm sure it was just a cost thing when they did it.
Yeah, it could be. Could be.
Very cool.
Very.
Yeah, it was better back then anyways.
There's so many keywords and stuff and craziness and
well, it's more just like the starter deck could be like whatever.
Oh yeah, it's like you
now it's like you buy a starter deck and it's like the same fucking cards everybody has. Like,
yeah.
And suck my butt.
We don't even have starter decks. We just have starter pre-constructed
but
EDH decks.
That's the new starter deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do make other starter decks, like dual decks that are meant to be played against each other, which you kind of want to get in, but you can only order them in by the case.
How many are in the case?
Like 8 to 12.
Okay, so
that's, but you're never going to sell through all those.
You will eventually,
I suppose.
Come on, dude. Seriously?
We do want to get some in so that we can teach people how to play Magic with them.
It's only 8.
I know. It is only 8.
Anyways.
Yeah, we do want to get some in to teach people how to play Magic with those.
There you go.
We don't really have any basic decks, I guess you
could
say.
Go. You should do it.
Yeah, Standard Showdown.
Yep.
We're moving F&M to Standard, which is Friday Night Magic. It's going to be on the Standard format.
I thought no one played it.
Oh, we're going to see.
Oh.
We're going to switch it and see. Because we get just about that many people in Modern as well.
Okay.
But our drafting pool, we have 18 to 20 people every Monday to draft. And drafters usually like to play standard because when you're drafting out of the standard pool.
Okay.
And so now you're going to get a lot of standard cards. So you can make a standard deck.
I see.
And yeah, some of the most interesting games were from that Friday or that Thursday. It was really cool.
I see.
Seeing some of the new decks and synergies that are going on. Because like with the modern guys, they're always playing like the same deck.
Yeah.
Like it's the same deck, kind of tweaked just ever so slightly, but you know what they're.
That was also why Magic was better back in the day. Someone would play a card and be like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah, right.
I've never seen that card before.
Yeah, now everyone's like, if you want to be the best, you got to play the meta.
Yeah,
right?
you just have to like Google like the YouTube video of like the hot deck that everyone's playing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you Google the counter to that deck.
Yep. Well, you got to sideboard in to beat that deck.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
It's lame.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay.
If you like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people like to be competitive. I like to try and figure out my deck, though.
I don't. Yeah, me kind of too. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's the thing too, is I wouldn't want to go like I have to buy 4 copies of this single now.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I liked it better when I won a tournament by just taking 60 blue cards.
60 blue cards would be like, oh, you can't play anything.
It wasn't like I had like I probably didn't even have 4 counterspells. Probably had like 1 counterspell. So
gotta have 4.
Yeah,
everyone's playing Counterspell right now. Like that's like in Modern, that's the popular thing is to play Jeskai Control, which is this red, blue, and white.
Oh yeah,
I think. And yeah, they're just like a Counterspell, and then it's a mirror match, so they counterspell the Counterspell, and then they counterspell the Counterspell, the Counterspell.
And they counterspell all day long.
And it's just all day counterspelling until somebody runs out of counterspells or mana, and then you laugh because they're like, "Oh, you got him!"
Yeah,
it's kind of like watching Goats and the Owls when we went for Overwatch.
So boring as hell.
Well, no, I think it's a little bit more exciting doing Magic because with Overwatch, you know, everyone's got the same abilities. Everyone's trying to do the exact same thing. Whereas when
that's
you're
what
playing,
you just described.
well, when you're playing Magic, it's like you don't know what is in the hand, right?
I guess so.
Everyone's
it's
hands
about the only thing that you don't know about.
No. Well, I mean, I do because I got the overhead view when I'm casting, so I can I can see his cards. I can see his cards. Ooh, he's got that in his hand. This is going to get interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been interesting trying to cast all these games because I was like, well, I'm just learning Magic still.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it so that I can get like a card reader hooked up to the OBS virtual camera so that when it scans over, I can have it scan over a card and just bring it up on the screen.
Oh yeah.
But that has proven to be that I tried to get that working for like 6 hours yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And it's been difficult.
Troublesome.
Very troublesome. Because all the repositories and software I'm trying to work with are like 7 years old.
Oh yeah.
And like programs have been updated since then. It's just not going to work as well.
Mm-hmm. You need someone with a like a handy cam over there that'll zoom down the
yeah, it's
the
just like
hands.
wandering around, just like, woo, this is what
exactly.
he's got. Reporting back to the booth, John, he's got a thing in his hand.
Or you need it like they have to play face down with the camera in the table, like they play for poker. You know, they look at their cards.
That's actually kind of what I wanted to try and do. Was that?
Yeah.
I just have like so when they have their cards up like this on the table, there's like a camera that points up at them from below.
Yeah. Crotch cam.
I don't know if that would work.
Yeah.
I just go crotch cam now.
Yeah.
Just have because the 4K camera is usually hanging above, so I can zoom in really far and still be able to read stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I just zoom right on their crotch because that's where they're holding their hand.
Just unzipped. See a muff with a little mushroom cap.
No.
Very good. Cool. Well, did you watch anything? No.
Just, I get home, we have some dinner, and we watch an episode of Hit Monkey.
Oh, Hit Monkey.
Yeah. Because it's only like half an hour, so it's easy to digest. Then I get in the shower and go to bed.
Very fun.
Not bed in the shower. I get out and get dried, then I go to bed.
Oh, yeah. You don't dry off in bed?
No. I did. I did sleep until like 11:30 on Saturday.
Wow.
I was like, oh, man. I feel great.
Slept in.
So I finally slept in.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, it is great. No, haven't really watched anything other than Hit Monkey.
I watched last night a movie called Long Legs.
Oh, yeah, I was going to throw your stream on the thing. I'm like, oh, wait, you're just doing movie stream?
It's a little hard to do anything with that.
Yeah.
But I watched 8mm first, then Long Legs, Nicolas Cage movies. 8mm is about a snuff film. And
yep, of course.
He's has to go find it. But it's funny, like, as I'm watching it, the girl that's in the snuff film, he's investigating, goes to her mom's house, whatever, and then like, her boyfriend, they left town. So he goes to find her boyfriend, and the dad's like, he's in prison. You gotta go to prison. And there's this punk like mopping, like, yeah, I fucked her, whatever. And I'm like, is that Norman Reedus?
Is it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. It was Norman Reedus. But like Peter,
he must have been very young.
Oh, he was pretty young.
Very
well,
young.
He was like almost 30, I think.
Really?
Because he's 59 now, I think. So, but there's also, God, what's his name? Peter Stormare, I think his name is. Like, he was one of the nihilists in Big Lebowski. He was also the storyteller or the psychiatrist in Until Dawn.
Yeah.
You would recognize him if you saw him. He was in there. James Gandolfini was in it. Obviously pre-Sopranos, because I don't think he would play like a friggin' rapist guy if he was in The Sopranos.
I just brought up a picture of him on the IMDb for that
in
movie. I'm like,
in 8mm.
Yeah, and then
I know
he looks real young.
Yeah, but as I'm like,
but I mean, compared to now, of course.
But I was like, he kind of looks like Norman Reedus.
He definitely looks like Norman Reedus.
Like, is that Norman Reedus? So yeah, it was Norman Reedus. That movie's pretty okay, but there's also Nick Cage acting in it, so it's always like a mixed bag. But again, so and then I watched Long Legs, which is like a serial killer movie about Satanism, something like that.
Yeah.
And I was really enjoying it. And I'm like, is that girl in there? Was she from It Follows? And it was her. And then it said Alicia Witt was in it. I don't know if you remember Alicia Witt, but she was like a redheaded girl that was on like the Sybil sitcom back in the day. I'm like, oh, Alicia Witt's in it. And then they show this other girl, and I'm like, God, she looks a lot like Sabrina from the Sabrina show. I'm like, oh, it is her. So there's like
Sabrina show.
Yeah, there's like a Sabrina the Teenage Witch show.
Oh, yeah. The live action?
Yeah. It's Kieran Shipka, I think her name is. So I'm like, oh, that is her. And it was all like interesting, like they're trying to find this serial killer, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then Nick Cage had to act.
Well, that's what Nick Cage does.
But he does it so badly.
He just does it like Nick Cage. You don't get Nick Cage for acting like other people. You get Nick Cage for just being himself.
So he's got all this fake his face is all fucked up, and like he's wearing a wig and you can see it's taped onto him. And he's like singing some of his lines, and like he's supposed to be acting weird and like just, but you know that like when Nick Cage is in a movie now, like he tells the director, this is how I'm going to do it. Yeah. And the director goes, okay. So he's like got a sing-songy voice and he's trying to act weird. And it was supposed to be disturbing weird, but it was just like odd weird.
Yeah.
And then someone in the chat was like, well, do we know why it's called Long Legs? I'm like, well, that's what his serial killer name is, Long Legs. But I'm sure it was probably because he was like, I'm going to be called Long Legs. Like, that's the name of my character, Long Legs. But when he was not in the movie, it was much better. Well, it was also like the case of like, in a horror movie and they show the monster and it's kind of like, oh, well.
Yeah.
But when they just show a little glimpse of it, it's scarier that way. That's kind of what it was. Because at the start, he was filmed doing his weird voice, but it only showed him from like the chin to his like waist.
Yeah.
And it was kind of disturbing. But then when it was just like the camera on him being interviewed by the cops, it was just like not disturbing. It was just like
it's just sad.
It was just weird and not in a good way.
Huh.
So I liked it, but it was, and then they showed Alicia Witt and I'm like, God, why does she look so old? Like she's not that old, right? Like,
isn't she?
No, she's like 49.
Oh.
But she looked like she was 60 years old. Like they had her in like granny clothes and all grannied out, right? I'm like, oh my God, why'd they make her look so old, right?
Oh yeah, she's 49.
Yeah. Well, I Googled it yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Like, did I not earlier say that I always say facts and you disregarded me then and disregarded me again now? Anyways, it's because they have flashbacks when she's a younger mom. Yeah. Where she looks more like she's 49, right? But she was like grannied up. And I'm like, ooh, they made her look really bad. I'm like, she can't look that bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, when I Googled her name, I read about her life. And like 2 years ago, her parents died together in their house.
Wow.
of cardiac arrhythmia. Like they had like heart attacks together because, and it was like in the wintertime basically because it was like the house had enough heat in it and they like died because of that. And I was like, what the fuck? And it was because her parents like refused help basically.
Yeah.
Like that she could have like paid to have their house fixed or whatever, but they would not let her do anything.
Oh man.
So they both died together.
Wow.
It's like, holy fuck.
Wild.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
So, anyways, I would recommend Longlegs kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should watch it and tell me what you think about Nicolas Cage in it. You know?
I mean, Nick Cage is Nick Cage, and I can't.
I know.
I won't be able to watch it because it's got Nick Cage in it, and Danae does not watch anything with Nick Cage.
She's a smart lady.
I hate Nick Cage.
She's a smart lady. He's so bad.
This is 2024.
Yeah, it's new. It's like not out.
Yeah,
I had to watch it on
your
certain website.
Nick Cage has been doing a lot of these like weirdo horror shows.
Well, that's the thing is like. He'll do basically any movie, but he'll tell you, like, I'm going to wear a sombrero and I'm going to have a fake mustache and I'm going to talk with like a Lebanese accent. I'll be in your movie for like $100,000.
Yeah.
And they have to go like, okay, Nick Cage.
Big name Nick Cage coming into the movie. 86% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, but he's literally the worst part in it.
Audience score 2.5 on Google. Apparently you can rate movies.
Yeah, you can rate anything on Google. 2.5 out of 5. So I would recommend it. You'd probably have to, you couldn't watch it with Danae. Or you could trick her.
Trick her into watching it?
Be like, oh, there's this horror movie.
We should watch. It's called Longlegs.
And as soon as
she will instantly look it up and be like, it's got Nick Cage.
No, just start it without her. We're going to watch this movie and just start it. And then be like, when the Nick Cage name and produced by Nick Cage shows up, just like, close your eyes.
She would like Nick Cage and then she'd just be like, get up, walk off away. And start tying a fly.
Yeah, anyway, she's a smart lady.
Yes, agreed.
Actually, the last movie I saw Nick Cage in was much better than this one. Him as an actor in it was the one where he's in everybody's dreams.
Oh.
I don't remember what that one's called, but everyone like dreams about him and they first like him because he's like nice in the dreams, but then he starts like killing people in their dreams so they don't really like him anymore. He was much better in that movie. Yeah, this one, it was just, no. I also watched a documentary about a football player named Steve McNair. He was a quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, and he died under interesting circumstances. It wasn't mysterious. Like, they knew what happened.
Yeah.
But the documentary is like, if you don't know, here's what happened to him.
Oh.
So it was interesting.
When are we going to get our Matthew Perry documentary?
I don't know. Never.
No.
They know what happened to him now.
Know.
Some doctor sold him drugs or something like that.
He was like on like a prescription ketamine for depression.
Yeah.
And then someone, I guess, was like, oh, you want to get real messed up?
Yeah.
Have more ketamine.
He, I've seen him in interviews and stuff like that. He's a bit of a douche.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a bit of a douche. He always was a bit of a douche. I remember there's a famous story about him hosting Saturday Night Live, and one of the writers was like, his assistant was in like, yeah, we kind of want it to be like written in like the Matthew Perry style, you know, like how he does his things. And they're like, what do you mean the Matthew Perry style? It's like, well, you know, like on Friends when he'd be like, could I be wearing any more pants? And the guy's like, the Matthew Perry style? And they're like, yeah, the Matthew Perry style. He's like, do you mean sarcastic? So
hard sarcasm.
I think he was
with a hard ass.
Pretty full of himself.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so which is unfortunate because he was funny on Friends.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm sure. Well, and then, anyways, I don't want to talk shit about him because he's dead. But there's been other things where I saw him. I was like, wow, he's a bit of an ass. I watched some others. I was watching a lot of like when I'm eating dinner, waiting to start stream. I'll be like, let me put on something on Netflix. So I watched like these murder documentaries and stuff like that. So just the usual morbid shit that I watch, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't watch any other movies or anything like that. That was about it, really.
There you go. Yeah.
And I'm not going to ask you about gaming either.
Nope.
No.
So I've just been playing
Idle Champions. Oh yeah, right. Necromerger.
And Idle Slayer.
I saw another one that I was like, oh, Mikey T would like this one. But then I was like, nah. I'm not going to tell him.
Is it?
It was some idle one, but on PC, and it was like it was like a fantasy thing of some sort. I can't remember what it was, but I saw it and was like, I know who would like this, but
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm not going to tell him.
That's good on you to know.
I only played one game.
Of course.
Can you guess it?
No.
First Descendant.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Big surprise.
I know. I got all the Descendants. Did I already have them last time? I can't remember.
I think I did. There was a new one, maybe?
Well, I told you about the new one
that is coming out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you told me you
Anyway,
have them all.
The only thing, really, I played more, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I bought a skin for an X amount of dollars. I don't want to, not that many.
Yep.
But it's the transforming one because I'm working on there's a Battle Pass challenge to do 200,000 kills in the first preseason.
Oh?
And I was at like 140,000.
Uh-huh.
And this skin transforms when you get kills as this character.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, I'm going to try to do this challenge. And I've played literally 360 hours of the game. I'm like, I'll buy the skin. So I got to do that by Thursday. I only need 40,000 kills now.
Ooh.
So
you just got to do that one farm where you just run around.
No, there's other ones that are better. That one's good for specific things, not
and
kills.
you have to be the specific character to do it too.
But it's easy to do it with her.
Yeah.
Bunny, she just runs around. You don't have to do anything.
It's about skin for Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Transforming one.
Yeah.
So it's the season ends on Thursday morning.
Oh.
So
you're taking some time off then.
No, I can do it.
You can degen your way there.
Yeah, I can do it before that.
Yeah.
I'll have to really buckle down and focus on kills, but I can do it. I have to do it. I spent money. Has to be done.
You got to do it.
But I don't know. I think this happened during the week. They during Gamescom, they were talking about the update that's coming out.
Yeah.
And the video leaked early. Gamescom released it for some reason. And it showed off all this stuff in it. But what came from it was they kept saying, like, the new season comes on August 29th. We're going to add in the new character. We're going to add in the new ultimate version of another character. All this stuff, right?
Yeah.
The little vendor guy that's going to buy our stuff off us. All that. Well, then they come out with it and it's like, well, yes, it's coming in season 1, but season 1 is spread across 3 months, so there's going to be 3 waves of updates.
Oh,
so
interesting.
On August 29th, the new character comes, but the ultimate version doesn't come till like month 2.
Yeah.
And then month 3 adds this other stuff, plus the transcendent mods for the new character. And the transcendent mods are like mods that change the way your skills work. Mm-hmm. They're like the high-end, rare mods. But the character's coming out in month 1, but the transcendent mods are not coming out till month 3. So people were like, well, you said everything's coming out on August 29th. Like, we were ready for it on day 1, and then, your communication sucks or whatever. So they came back and were like, okay, we didn't do a very good job communicating. We're only going to do 2 updates. August is the 29th, and then on October 10th, we're going to add everything else in that we said, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that's pretty cool that they're listening to people that were upset about it or whatever. But yeah, it was very bad. But it's also a Korean company, translated badly to English.
Yeah.
So, they need to get someone that's like native English speaker working on it and all that stuff. Yeah. So, but they also said they're actively hiring more people and so good on them for changing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But their wording was definitely bad. But we should have been able to figure that out with the preseason, because that's the way the preseason worked. They never said, like, in the preseason, when the game launches, you're getting Ultimate Valby. Mm-hmm. But the 3 months of the preseason, on the 3rd update, they added Ultimate Valby, which is the same thing they're doing in season 1. On the 3rd update, they're adding the Ultimate. So, if they would have said, like, hey, this is the release schedule, look at what we did with preseason, then we'd be like, oh, the Ultimate's not going to come till near the end. Yeah. They didn't do that, so
it's too bad.
So going forward, they'll fix it up. But they're doing all sorts of other changes that just improve everything. Like I said before, you'll get the thing to open to get an item, right? Mm-hmm. But you only have a chance to get the thing, and then you open it, you only have a chance to get the item, right? Uh-huh. So, and then to open it, you have to use these things called void reactors that require shards that you have to get to power it. Yep. And each one takes 2 types of shards. One will be like, it takes 30 of one and 8 of another. So then you'd have to go get the shards. And you would get the shards, you would do the mission and you get like 50.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to do the mission 2 times. But then you have to go do another mission to get the other type of shard, the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So they changed it by making it so you can get the shards from other missions. They've already done it so you can get more shards easier, blah, blah, blah. They're changing it again to be now it takes one type of shard and it comes from one mission and the mission drops exactly the amount you need to open that one shard. So you do that mission once, you get enough shards, then you can open it.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's another time where they're like making just so much easier for...
Yeah.
Because like, oh man, I could have got all my descendants so much easier with this way.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to go get the item, then I'd have to go get the shards if I wanted to open 10. Then I had to do 20 missions of the one and 10 of the other.
Yeah.
So it's much, much easier now. So
nice.
Yeah, I like it.
They could reduce it down to 1 shard now.
Yeah, it could be, but no, they won't do that because in the missions you can get them at, they drop like 50 or whatever. So unless they change those to just drop 1 each time, I don't think they're going to do that. The other thing they changed too is like you couldn't start the mission to open the thing unless you had the shards, because starting the machine to spawn the enemy consumed the shards, right? But the other thing was if you fought the guy that spawned, it took the shards. So like what me and could be anyone did was like, well, let's test it, right? He didn't have a thing to open. Yeah. So I spawned the guy with my shards. Yeah. He shot the guy. It took his shards away. But he didn't have anything to open.
Wow.
Yeah. So they changed it now that...
There's a move.
Yeah. They changed it now that it only takes the shards away when you go to open something.
Yeah.
So that's a big change.
Yeah, no
because there'd be other times...
I shot the guy and lost my shards.
Well, there'd be times where you'd be just doing a mission or standing around and the guy would just run over and attack you. And then it would be like, he took my shards.
He just comes up and thieves them.
Yeah.
Like,
it's brutal. So,
scrub.
Yeah, they're doing all sorts of changes. It's so much easier and nicer to play now than when it launched. So I'm pretty stoked about it, you know?
That's awesome.
And that's about it.
There's been some teases for Subnautica 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they've had some images and some
an actual Subnautica 2.
Yeah, an actual
not that
Subnautica
frozen
2.
Bullshit one.
No, just actual stuff.
Well, hopefully they make it so like when you hit escape, it closes the menu in that one. Or whatever the fuck it was.
Right.
That was the worst part about that game.
Oh yeah, 100% the worst part of that game.
Yeah.
I mean, even with frozen whatever the frig,
they still did it the same way, right?
The same way.
Well, that's like this. The frozen one was just like a mod to the first one.
Yeah,
basically.
Definitely just like a DLC mod.
Yeah.
So because the world in that one is so much smaller.
Oh yeah,
it's like
it's like a stopgap game.
Yeah.
I've pretty much done most of the stuff in the first Descendant now. So unless they add a lot of stuff for season 1, I'm probably not going to be playing like that much every day. Mm-hmm. I still will be playing every day just to get the daily battle pass stuff, you know. But it might be getting close to playing something else on stream.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Until season 1.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like, if they are only adding like the Haley as the new character, and like not much else stuff to go for,
you'll be able to unlock that stuff pretty quickly and get onto something else.
Yeah, and do some other streaming because I've been thinking about some other games recently. I'm not going to say what they are, just to. I don't want to
leave it a mystery.
Well, I don't want to say it and then be like it doesn't actually happen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But as I was watching 8mm last night, there was like this row of trees that they were driving down a road, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, there's some games I play where the trees grow and I can plant them in a row.
Grow in a row?
You know? So I was like, oh, yeah. It's like a block game, but not Minecraft.
Oh.
Vintage Story.
Yeah. I put that together.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, yeah. Vintage Story.
Vintage. It's a story. It's so vintage.
Yeah, so I might do that. I've been thinking about it recently. Yeah. I mean, I played a lot of the first Descendant. So. Yes. Like literally daily since June 2nd.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy.
You know what's not crazy?
No.
Patreon.com/StreamVoidPod.
Oh.
That's right. That's the only way, the non-crazy way to get in here and support this stream with your money.
Yes.
You get access to, you get a couple of perks. You know, you get access to the pre-show content, the post-show content. You get access to our couple of bonus videos that we did.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Game Hub is hired, so we're going to have a little bit more time to do things. Or I'm not going to have more time to do anything. I don't know. We'll see.
They'll free you up to do more time, like, tidying.
Yes. More time to tidy, more time to get shelf talkers made, more time to graphically design things.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
And work on the skits.
The skits, yes. We need more skits.
Oh, yeah. I was supposed to write up a skit.
You got to write us some skits and then come act in it.
Yeah.
We actually have a commercial being filmed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, like an actual who's doing
commercial? Infotel.
Infotel. We got your number. Yeah, don't let CFJC touch it.
No,
it'll look like trash. No, it'll also look like trash.
Yeah.
TikTok has been showing me this tourism Kamloops commercial that's very bad.
Yeah.
It'll be like, give me the real Kamloops experience. And then they'll show them golfing and all this shit, right?
Yeah.
And all the comments are like, where's the fentanyl?
Oh, we'll show you the fentanyl.
Yeah.
You don't need, you just go downtown. It's fine.
Yeah. It was very bad, very poorly acted. I mean, it looks slick and glossy and everything, but the acting was just like, oh my God.
No.
They just asked their friends to be in this or whatever.
We actually have a commercial for the local Kamloops convention being filmed here as well.
Ooh.
Next week.
Very good.
Because they're like, oh, we need some people playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Never heard of it.
No?
No.
Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
No. It's a role-playing game. Tabletop role-playing game.
Must be new.
Fairly new. I think it came out in the 70s?
Yeah, early 70s.
That's pretty new in you know, when compared to the actual age of the Earth.
That's true. Do they need any, like, B-roll of someone playing Spellfire in the background?
No, that's what they're coming to do, actually, is do, like, some B-roll in the store, because it's the best store.
What about the location fee?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Just give them an invoice afterwards.
Yeah, so then here's your location fee, $2,000.
Yeah. They'll be like, what the fuck?
What is this?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, it's for using the location.
They got to film the storefront.
Yeah. I mean, they are coming in before the store opens.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
we do have to, somebody's got to be here early to open the store and get them in here.
During the week?
Yeah.
Ooh.
They were like, oh, yeah, we don't want any interruptions. Don't want a bunch of noise.
So who's going to be playing D&D?
They got a crew.
Yeah,
and they're not actually going to play D&D. They're just going to, like,
sit at the table.
It's just a skit.
Look at the book.
Yeah. Table book. Because we got the touch grass background.
Yeah.
So they want to come into here and film
touch
because
grass?
we have the best atmosphere out of any of the stores in town.
Okay, we get it. Your store rocks.
It does rock.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, patreon.com/StreamVoid.
How did we get onto your store from the Patreon?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. You can support either or, and that'll help us both.
Will it?
Well, yeah, because it'll help me bring in more monsters for you.
That I have to pay for?
Nah.
Okay. Very good.
Free monsters. Let's talk about some news.
Okay.
There's a new EGA-like graphic adventure game.
Yes.
Coming out called The Crimson Diamond.
So this is old school, definitely old school.
Oh yeah.
Graphic adventure text parser.
Text parser. No point and click. You got to walk with a text parser. Like a lot of the newer point and click adventure games are just that, point and click adventure games. You point, you click, you change your action you want to do with your right click, and then you do that action. Whereas this game has an actual text parser where you have to type in what you want to do.
Yeah, it'll be like walk to door.
Yeah, look at door. Yeah. Open door.
But
you gotta type it all out.
It looks and sounds and acts like an old school EGA adventure, which is like one of the first styles of like maybe role playing game I ever played.
Yeah. And
I was like, oh shit, this looks so good to me. To a normal person, they'd probably be like, oh my God.
Yeah, right. But it's all pixel art graphics. Yeah. And with the stuff that they can do now with the pixel art graphics, it looks so good.
Yeah.
Even though it looks like it's from its time, because it looks like it's just 16 color CG, like 16 color graphics. That's it. 16 colors.
Yeah, exactly.
But the animations are like so smooth, and unless they want it to do like an old school janky animation.
Yeah. You can't hear the music, but it's like EGA like style music too. Yeah. Like bleeps and bloops. The type of music that when you were a kid, your mom would be like, turn that down.
Yep.
But I was like, oh fuck. Do I gotta play this game or what? I might have to play it.
You might have to play it. It
But
looks
as
so
long
good.
as it has 2024 like sort of gameplay. I don't know how to explain it, but like if you go back to those old point and clicks, they're so fucking archaic. There's no hint of what to do.
Yep.
You just sort of have to.
You just have to rub two things together and see if it works.
You have to try everything until it works.
Yeah.
There's no.
It's completely counterintuitive to what you would think.
I don't really like that.
No.
You know, and like, it's just like if you don't do it exactly right, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Which, like when I played Sam & Max, the 360 one, I don't remember what it was. It was just so frustrating where I had to replay this one scene like 30 times because I would not do it in the right way that they wanted me to. And it wasn't like you could just skip, oh, I've got this part complete. I know what it is. Skip it. No, the full thing, no skipping, takes the same amount of time, takes 3 minutes to get to the point you fucked up. Then you have to try something. Yeah. Because you're in this scene in Sam & Max, you're like filming a TV show. So you have to do the TV show the way the director will be, cut. You have to restart it. And it's like, what did I fuck up? And you spend 3 minutes getting to that part again. Try something different, fuck it up again. So frustrating. So frustrating.
Yeah, there are a lot of times in like a Sierra adventure game where if you don't pick up something at the beginning of the game, you can't finish the game. Like that's it.
You basically
get so far,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I need this item that I didn't pick up at the beginning of the game, so I am effed.
Yeah, you basically have to have the like guide.
Yeah.
Playing the game for you, basically.
Oh yeah, like Police Quest was the worst for that.
I remember. Yeah, I don't know which Police Quest it was, but there was just at the start of the game. I played it like I don't know how many times, but you drive off the lot and the game you'd crash and die, and it was like, what the fuck am I dying from? And I couldn't figure it out. And then one time I just ended up walking around the car. Like, is there something else I got to look at? Yeah. And you walk around the car and it like pops up like, oh, good job. You completed the visual inspection of the car and there's nothing wrong with it. And then you can drive away. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah. You need to follow your policies and procedures manual to the T.
Oh my
Otherwise
God.
you lose.
But you just die immediately with no hint. Like, just like your car died. Something was wrong with it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But that's the way those adventure games were made.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know? Yeah, I remember 100%. Having sex with a prostitute in Leisure Suit Larry and walk out of the building, you die of a venereal disease because you didn't use a condom. Oh my God.
Classic Leisure Suit Larry.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, Crimson
if you had gaming time, would you play this?
I probably would.
Yeah.
Just for the nostalgia.
Because I can't imagine it's that expensive either.
Probably not finish it.
No. Unless it plays with like 2024, like, you know, you can skip if you're redoing it and stuff like that.
Yeah, if the storyline is compelling enough and all that kind of stuff, then maybe. Maybe. But, you know, it's got to compel me to finish it.
Yeah, like, did you ever play like Broken Sword or anything like that?
No.
Yeah, I don't know if the stories in those are good, but there's like, they're making Broken Sword like 7 right now. So like they've been making them a long time.
Oh yeah.
I think the classic point and click like thing that everyone always points to is like in Gabriel Knight where you have to like get hair from a cat and glue it to your upper lip to give you a fake mustache so you can get past a guard is like the ultimate, you know, point and click baloney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any like when that kind of stuff happened where, you know, you started moving to like the live action.
Yeah.
Well,
Gabriel Knight was still not live action, stuff. But yeah.
Wasn't it? Did they not have?
Not that one, I don't think. No, there wasn't like an actor with cat hair glued to his upper lip.
Not mocap, but just like filmed and then.
Yeah. No, this one was still, I think, it was like 16-bit.
Yeah.
Like graphics, maybe.
Space Quest was probably the most ridiculous for the amount of weird stuff that you would have to do.
I played some Space Quest, but I only remember like, I think I was janitor walking on the roof of an airlock, like sweeping or something like that. I don't remember much of that. I more remember using a print to print off big banners and stuff like that.
Yeah. Just on your dot matrix printer.
Yeah.
So good.
My God, so crazy.
That hurt my throat.
Yeah, I bet. So yeah, Crimson Diamond. I'm gonna keep an eye out for it, anyways.
Heck yeah. Remember that game that nobody asked for? we saw a trailer for it and we were like, wow, who's asking for a 5v5 hero shooter
Concord,
in this day and age? Yeah, Concord is out now. Mm-hmm. And
it's not doing too hot. So
I looked at the Steam charts for how many people were playing
less
today.
than 600, or it's like 200 or something right now.
Yeah, currently sitting at 352 people playing.
Yeah,
all-time peak.
Yeah,
maximum amount of players that were ever playing on Steam at once. Yeah, 660.
Yeah, so I think obviously to me and you, the problem is the price. $40 for what should be a free-to-play.
Yeah, who charges $40 for a free-to-play game?
Sony. Yeah. That's what it is, Sony. Which is weird because their whole idea was they want to do more live service games. Yeah. That's like why they bought Bungie, is because they want live service games. But then they do this Concord game, and they're like $40. Which, if it was free-to-play and you buy skins, like any other normal model for any of these games, there'd be thousands of people playing.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's like the barrier to entry is 0.
Yeah.
So you just get in, you start playing, and if you have a good time, then you get skins.
Yeah. So,
but if you want to look good.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things in this game is most of the characters look not too good.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at like the Twitter, Sony's been pushing this game super fucking hard on their Twitter account because it's just flopping like crazy. And all the replies are about how no one asked for this woke game with woke characters, and you should have just making a Killzone remake for people that would have actually bought it. And maybe some of that's true, but I don't think really that's the problem. Like I said, I think the problem is
as soon as people start complaining about wokeness, then I just their comments are invalid.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other one was DEI. They always said, like, we didn't want this DEI bullshit. And I'm like, what does DEI mean? So I looked it up. It's like Diversity, Equality, and Inclusion Initiative or something like that.
Yeah, see, those kind of people, their opinions don't matter.
Yeah.
It just gets thrown out because that's all they have something to complain about, and that's it.
I think they're not buying the game for that reason. Like, I think the people that say that shit maybe they wouldn't buy it anyways.
They probably wouldn't buy it.
But they're definitely not buying it because of that reason.
No.
But it's not, there's some of that in the game, but there's also like the sexy dude that you really want to play and the sexy lady character.
Yeah.
But there's also, it's like a sci-fi hero, like there's the mushroom lady in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the mushroom lady isn't hot enough that you want to fuck her, so.
No, too bad.
I would have to assume that the game is doing better on PlayStation, but I don't know.
Is that something we can look up?
I mean, you can look at something like True Trophies will tell you how many people have like unlocked an achievement. So it'll give you an idea of like the total number of people playing. You look at like the first achievement that people get in the game. But I don't know if there's any way to actually look at concurrent player counts on Sony's network. I mean, I know that, what's it called? Microsoft doesn't do it either.
Yeah.
So.
Concord, I'll just look at the sales.
I mean, they probably wouldn't have announced sales either of the game yet. And I don't think they would if it's, tanking either. This game has also been in production for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not too good, So I'm on True Trophies right now, scrolling through. And let's see here. So it's not exactly a good listing indicator, because you don't necessarily have to have an account on True Trophies, but someone has have to be asked to like scan an account basically. So like you might not have a True Trophies account, but I could say like, hey, scan my buddy's account.
Yeah.
So I can see, right? So on here, let's see the most unlocked trophy, which would be get your first elimination. So in theory, if you're bad, you would never get this. Only 92% of gamers have this. Uh-huh. So there's 92% of the players have unlocked this trophy. 566 tracked gamers.
It's a good indication. We could probably potentially double it.
Yeah.
And that would be a good indication of how many people are actually playing.
What we can see is that 89% of gamers have unlocked it on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
So the unlock percentage is lower, but we don't have any idea of the amount of people that have actually have it. Just that 89% of people have unlocked it.
Yeah.
So they played it long enough to not even get an elimination, which is crazy.
That is hilarious.
No, sorry, I said that wrong. 11% have played it long enough, but never got an elimination.
Well, still.
Yeah. So 10% of the people have like fired it up and been like
garbage.
Or like, I'm so
Refund.
bad I can't play this game.
Yeah.
So pretty crazy. Also, I don't know if it's crossplay. I don't think it is. That doesn't help the situation. And they didn't release it on Xbox.
These guys.
Yeah.
These
but that's
guys.
Sony.
Yeah, they definitely should have made it free to play.
I think that's the big stumbling block.
Yeah.
Like,
that's 100%.
Can you name another hero shooter that's not free to play? Even ones that are free to play fail.
Yeah.
So like,
if you have a good hero shooter,
but like,
if you have a shitty hero shooter and charge $40 for it,
is there a hero shooter that costs money?
No one's going to play it.
But is there even one that costs money?
I mean, Overwatch costs money.
Initially, but that was the first one ever.
Yeah, that was the first one ever. Yeah.
So like, okay, that was before the model was established.
Yeah.
Overwatch 2 is not costs money.
No, it is definitely free to play.
I think this new Steam one is going to be free to play. Deadlock or whatever it's called.
I would imagine so.
But like,
Steam
imagine they tried to charge for Paladins. Like that game still exists and is still updated.
Yeah.
But like, imagine if they'd charged for it.
Nope.
Like that would have been dead a million years ago.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of any other hero shooters that came out in that style. What was the one that 2K did? Was it 2K or Gearbox? Didn't they do one?
Yeah. I remember that.
Blood? No. I can't remember I can't remember what it's called.
Anyway, it died instantly.
Yeah, and that one was, I think it was free. I don't think they charged for it.
I know you can use the assets from it in the Epic Store.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All the assets for that game are in the Epic Store
crazy.
for free use.
Yeah, I think that was free to play as well. Maybe it wasn't. I can't remember. Anyways, even at a $39 price tag. But you know what? Like, think about Helldivers.
Yep.
You would think that would have been a failure. I think I probably said it's not going to sell.
Yeah.
Because that should have been free to play as well.
Probably, yeah.
But that game, gangbusters.
Yeah.
Not
so much now.
Not so much now, but it was gangbusters.
Even with the battle pass and being charged full price.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
So maybe it's not just the fact that it's not free to play.
Yeah.
It just looks like a hero.
Yeah,
like when I look at it, I'm like, it looks like Overwatch.
It's like we said when we first saw the trailer. It's like, who's asking for another hero shooter?
Exactly,
Nobody.
Exactly.
And the sales and the player count show that nobody is asking for that. 600 people are asking for it. I'm kidding.
How many times amount of players would have played it if it was free to play? Like it's 600.
At
There'd
least
probably
double.
like 60,000 people would have played it.
Everyone would have been like, oh, it's free to play. I'll just download it and try it out and see if I like it.
It sucks because obviously
nobody liked it.
This developer is going to get shut down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. After 8 years of this.
Yeah.
And it's selling like 1,000 copies. It's very sad.
Rough.
Very sad.
Rough.
I could make a game that would sell 1,000 copies.
Yes. So you would charge $1 for it.
Yeah, look at Vampire Survivors.
Exactly.
There's another new update that came out too. I don't know what it's all about though. Crazy stuff, dude.
Let's see how many people are playing Vampire Survivors right now.
Oh, yeah. Do that. Lots.
It's only like 10,000.
It's only 10,000?
Only 10,000.
But that game made more money with 10,000 players than Concord did.
Yep. Sure did.
That's crazy. This game, how many people worked on it for 8 years? They sold like 600 copies on Steam. That's like $3,600. No, wait, $36,000.
Oh, Concord. Yeah. Probably tons of people.
God damn, that's crazy, dude.
That sucks.
Oh, well.
Big nuts.
What do they say? Go woke, go broke.
I wonder how many Vampire Survivor sales.
Well, everything on Steam, it would be their max concurrent, right? Because it's not free on Steam.
Nope.
So kind of whatever their max concurrent was, it'd be higher than that.
7 million units sold.
Yeah.
20 million gross revenue. This is, you got to take this with a grain of salt. But it's like $5.
Yeah. I never bought it. I just bought the DLC because it was on Game Pass.
Yeah.
I wonder if Microsoft, they probably didn't pay very much for it on Game Pass.
Yeah, probably.
It was probably pretty cheap to get on for Microsoft to get them on Game Pass. Because it launched on Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
So they probably were like, yeah, there's this small indie game. Like, we'll give them $100,000 to get it on Game Pass.
Yeah.
And they were probably like, $100,000?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And then it's like, oh, it's a phenomenon.
It's the best game that's ever been made.
Well, let's not go crazy.
I'm trying to find some more insights on the actual developer to see how big.
There's a few people working on it. There's a couple. Not very many, though. Not very many. That's crazy. Like, basically 1 or 2 people have all the money from a game like that.
Yeah.
Like, if you get that hit, like, holy fuck. But you have to have the initial idea of that, So it's easy to be like, oh, wow, shit, that's a simple game. But yeah, you didn't think of it. You know what I mean?
Yep. Oh, they're UK based.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's check their LinkedIn, see if we can see how many people are actually.
Oh, geez Louise. You're going deep dive here.
Oh, 30 employees.
I'm sure they ramped up. I'm sure it was probably like 2 or 3.
Oh, it says there's 30 people tagged as employees, but company size on LinkedIn is 2 to 10.
Yeah.
And probably started at 2 when they dropped that game.
Yeah, exactly. So
Bjorn von der Osten is the senior games dev.
Sounds Swedish.
Yeah. What a beard.
The last update I got was the Contra one, which was pretty interesting.
I should probably just get all the DLCs again.
Yeah.
Not again, but, refresh my Vampire Survivors.
The Contra one was pretty interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah, just the guns and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
More guns.
Yeah.
Guns,
yeah, they need to get Enter the Gungeon crossover.
Oh, yeah.
Get a gun that shoots guns.
That's the best gun.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. I'm not interested. If it was...
Oh, yeah.
Concord?
Not
Sorry.
Concord.
If it was free to play, I still wouldn't try it.
I might. I don't know.
Nah, I wouldn't.
I don't know.
No,
Who
definitely
knows?
not.
I'm definitely gonna try out Deadlock.
Well, that's
quote unquote definitely going to.
I mean, you kind of have to actually.
I kind of do.
Yeah.
To report back.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna try it.
Hell no.
I also wasn't invited. I don't want to be invited.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, sir.
All right, last up. Gamescom 2024.
Yeah, they had a little show in Europe.
They had a little show. Let's talk about it.
Sure. They showed off some stuff. It's kind of crazy. There's going to be a Borderlands 4.
Yes, that is kind of crazy.
I haven't seen the Borderlands movie. Everyone says it's really bad, but I'll watch it and make my own decision.
Agreed.
I'm sure it is bad.
I'm sure it is also terrible, but is it so bad that it's wrapped all the way back around to good?
Well, I think most people's problem is it's just like an action movie that's got Borderlands theme on top of it, kind of. So it doesn't really... It's not like a Borderlands game, sort of. So I think that's their problem. It's not like canon.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since Kevin Hart plays Roland, who's Roland's like 6 something, and Kevin Hart's like 5'3". But I mean, Eli Roth is a competent director.
Mm-hmm.
He's directed movies that are fine, them generally not in the non-horror genre, but he has done other things, like he did Death Wish, which was pretty good. And he did a kids movie, The Clock Within Its House with a Clock in Its Walls. It's like a kids scary movie.
Oh.
I read those books when I was a kid. John Bellairs, I think, wrote them. So he has the technical know-how to direct a movie.
Yeah.
And the cast is obviously star-studded.
Yep.
But it was obviously also a paycheck for them.
Yep.
Because, like, what the fuck is Jamie Lee Curtis? Or, like, what's her name doing in this movie, Borderlands?
Yeah, right.
Like, were they like, oh, the script really spoke to me? Like, no, the check really spoke to you.
Jamie Lee Curtis should have just been Tannis.
I don't know who she is. Maybe she is Tannis?
No, she's the Wraith. She's like main character.
Yeah.
Not side character.
But like, what's her name from Lord of the Rings is... Well, maybe she's Tannis. Yeah, I think she's Tannis.
Oh.
The Phoenix, right? Tannis? Oh, no. Lilith. I'm thinking of Lilith.
Yeah, Lilith.
She's Lilith. I can't think of her name. She played Gladriel.
Kate Blanchett is Lilith.
Yeah, she's Gladriel.
Oh, dog. Jamie Lee Curtis is Tannis.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's a better fit.
Yeah. But yeah, like these actors are just there for a check, really. Well, especially Kevin Hart. He'll do anything for $1. His movies have always been bad, really. So it's kind of surprising Borderlands 4, I bet they were like, we'll be riding high off the Borderlands movie.
Yeah, right.
We'll be
release Borderlands 4 this time.
We'll be in the depths of despair with Borderlands 4, you know?
Yeah.
But I have no, like, sort of, what do you call it? Hype for this, you know?
Yeah.
Like after Borderlands 3. Do you remember when we played that?
Yeah, we played it all the way through, and it was the most mediocre.
Do you remember when it crashed during the end cutscene for me?
Yeah.
And it was just like a black screen while you're watching the ending?
Yep.
Yeah, such a not good...
No, it was just the guns were boring, the storyline was meh. And
do you remember the voice acting of Ice-T?
Yeah.
Oh my god, so bad.
He phoned it in for sure. He's like, I'm going to call it.
And it was just, the writing was just like... It was funny-ish in Borderlands 2, I guess. I don't know if that was just the age I was at that time or whatever.
Could be.
But, like, it was just so cringy and, not good.
No, definitely not good.
So, I have no hype for Borderlands 4.
Nope.
Yeah, like 0.
Yeah. Seeing that, scrolling down the article and seeing that, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Borderlands 4?
I know.
Come on.
Some people on YouTube are just going crazy. Oh my god, Borderlands 4! And I was just like... Really? Like, and especially after like the pre-sequel, which wasn't very good.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, it definitely peaked with Borderlands 2.
Yes.
Like, I played so much Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
Not even multiplayer all the time, single player.
Yep.
I beat it so many times. I beat it with every character. So, yeah. And I never revisit. Oh no, sorry. I did revisit Borderlands 3 when I got my PS5 because there's a free update to get PS5 and it looked really good.
Yeah.
But I just was like, no.
It looks good, but no.
No. Not going to play it again. Which was sad, because I thought we were going to be like, we got to farm for this gun.
Yep.
We got to go get this gun.
We got to do all the things.
And then it was just like,
It's just a big meh show.
We got through it.
Big meh fest.
We got through it.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Let's talk about a good game then.
Okay.
Dying Light.
Wait, whoa. I thought you said we were going to talk about a good game.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I've never played Dying Light. So.
It's a good game.
So
I mean, I enjoy it. I've never beaten it or anything like that, but I found the mechanics to be extremely good.
I think
and fun.
I watched you play it, didn't I? Yeah. This is kind of sounds to me like Subnautica freezing the game.
Below Zero?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could
like,
be.
This is a stopgap Dying Light game between this and the next real Dying Light game, you know?
Yeah, this is like a standalone adventure about
this is like Gears of War Judgment.
Dying Light, the Beast.
Yeah, so it's like a standalone adventure where you're, I guess, you're in the woods more than in the urban environment.
Yeah. It looks like there's a lot of dudes with guns.
Yeah, it could be interesting. I mean...
You're the Beast.
Oh, am I? Why didn't they call it The Beast Within?
Oh, there's already a game called Beast Within.
Oh. So let's say this comes out at a time when you have free time.
Ooh, free time.
Yeah.
Are you like play it?
I'll get this.
It all depends. I probably won't get it.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, it's given away for free on Epic. I'll give it a try.
Okay.
Or Game Pass or something like that.
Okay.
Then I'll do it. You know.
Yeah, it looks like the last Dying Light.
Yeah, it just looks more the same.
Yeah.
But more in the woods? Maybe?
Yeah, I guess so. You can climb a tree, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Civilization 7.
Release date.
Yep.
February 11th.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
2025.
I don't know, dude.
Do we need updates to Civilization? Like, how do they keep changing the game?
Well, they have changed it in ways.
Yeah, they have from like 5 to 6. Definitely from 2 to 3. Definitely from 1 to 2. But still.
They add stuff, they remove stuff, they change the way the systems work, whatever. Like, for example, you can't take over a barbarian city. Now you just sack it every time.
Yep.
It's like, what the fuck? I don't want to be sacked.
I don't want to sack
take
the city.
over. I don't want to sack the city. I don't want to take it over.
Just make it part of my empire.
Yeah, exactly. New wonders and all that stuff. New technology. I don't know. They need to like.
We haven't made any more wonders.
What about the iPhone?
It's not a wonder.
That's not a wonder of the modern world.
I mean, I guess. But can you put up an iPhone monument to gain bonus
I'm
actions?
sure there's a statue of Steve Jobs somewhere in Cupertino, California.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I guess if there's significant changes to how everything works, then yes. But I mean, everything could just be like a DLC update.
But they do tons of DLC already.
Yeah.
Because they add all different like nations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Like Canada.
Yep. Canada. But like, well, that's just the name of the game.
The
development.
name of the got to make more money game.
Yeah, you can only sell DLC for so long before people want the
next one.
They don't want the old and busted. They want the hot newness.
I guess so.
So, I mean, Civ 7. Just give me Alpha Centauri 2.
Didn't they try and do that?
Well, they did Sid Meier's Beyond Earth, which is not Alpha Centauri 2.
No?
No.
I
want Alpha Centauri 2.
Yes.
I loved Alpha Centauri.
Never played it.
What? I can't believe that, dude. It was so good.
I didn't have the diskettes or the hard drive space or something.
Oh my god, dude.
I didn't have a CD-ROM drive.
Good. So good.
I don't know.
Loved it. And that one could be like crazy technology and futuristic stuff. I don't know how more modern Civs do, but when you get to like future tech in Civs like earlier, Civ 4, it just says like future tech. And you research it. It doesn't, it's nothing new. It's just future tech.
Future tech.
So you have to imagine what it is. You can research future tech.
Hey, it's future. It's technology of the future.
Yeah.
What do we know what it is? I don't know. It's in the future. We haven't gotten there yet.
But like Alpha Centauri had like different religions and factions, and like when they were traveling to Alpha Centauri over the 1,000 years, new religions developed and stuff like that. So they'd have their own different like bonuses based on their religion, their fake religion and stuff. Mm-hmm. Don't say Say that fake sounds religion. Good.
That sounds awful.
No. It's good. It's good.
Is it?
It's like different factions, but it has an interesting. It had an interesting like lore. Ah, that's how you say lore.
With your twiddly fingers.
You twiddle your fingers and say
Curb
lore.
is currently twiddling all of his fingers on all of his hands.
Anyways,
and saying lore.
It was good. Take my word for it.
I'll take your word for it. I think I have the big box for it.
I do.
I think
too,
I had the big box. Maybe I'm just remembering your big box. I don't know.
I have it. Well, no, I don't think you would have seen it. Yeah, I have it. There was an expansion too that was good. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, very good game.
Centauri expansion.
Yeah, dude. It's good. I think it's on GOG.
GOG.com?
Yeah.
I could play it right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I already own it on GOG.com.
Maybe.
I don't know. I just get things on GOG. And then I'm like, I've never played anything on GOG.
I don't know. That's much a worse launcher than Epic, I gotta say. I fired it up and it was like, what the fuck? I got like 1,000 games. What the fuck? And then I looked, I'm like, wait a minute. These are all like Xbox 360 games.
Yeah.
Because I linked my fucking Xbox account and it was like, yeah, you own all these games.
You can launch all these from your GOG account.
I can't launch them on GOG.
Here's your games library. I'm like, I didn't ask for this.
Yeah, I had to unsync all that shit, dude. So bad.
Jeez.
Anyways.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
I can't even be the least bit excited for this game.
December 9th, it's coming.
Also, coming to PlayStation 5.
Oh.
Yeah. They announced they're going to come out spring 2025 on PS5. Because this is a Microsoft joint.
Yeah. This is the first person one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess if it was mostly adventuring and stuff like that, then I'd care. But every time they show it, it's him whipping things and like shooting his guns and stuff like that. It's like, I don't give a fuck about that. I can only imagine it doesn't play very good.
I guess someone will find out.
Yeah. It's going to be a linear, like, corridor based. I mean, I guess there's open levels and stuff in it, but it's not going to be like Skyrim where it'd be like, oh, let's go look for a dungeon and go around. It'll be like, now we're traveling to Tunisia to go into a dungeon.
It'll be more like the new Tomb Raiders.
Yeah. But those have open-ish areas and everything like that. But it's the majority of the new Tomb Raiders are not like, well, I guess there is a lot of killing and stuff, but it's more about I guess it's not even really about the exploring. The puzzles aren't really that hard.
No.
So I don't know. Maybe this will
not that hard.
Maybe this will exceed expectations and it'll be okay.
It's coming out for Xbox, so we'll get a day one Game Pass.
Yeah,
be able to give it a go.
But they're saying PS5 in spring. I mean, I'm not too surprised because it's not a Xbox property.
Yeah,
it's licensed. Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's pushback from Disney to be like, hey, you got to release that everywhere now that you're owned by because that's happened before with like Sony and MLB.
Mm-hmm.
The Major League Baseball is you have to release it everywhere, or you're losing the license. So they changed the name of Sony Santa Monica to Santa Monica Studio. So when you play it on Xbox, it doesn't say Sony. It says Santa Monica Studio.
That's good.
Yeah, I'll try it. Probably be disappointed. I don't know. It's like Bethesda's fallen off,
Yes.
Well, that's another game. Did I tell you I played this Elder Scrolls Castles?
That's a game?
It's an Android game.
Oh?
That I think it's only in like beta in Canada and stuff like that. But I signed up like a million years ago.
Yeah.
It's just Fallout Shelter, but Skyrim or Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Slightly different, but it's basically the same. And I played it for like 20 minutes on my lunch break one day, and I was like, nah.
Yeah.
I've already played Fallout Shelter. I don't need to play this. It's like you can accelerate how fast they cook their food or whatever. And it's like they don't have power generators, but there's an oil press which puts lights in every room because you got oil now. It's just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. You've done it. You've played it.
So it's just like, come on, Bethesda, get with the program. Make something good.
Exactly.
Starfield. Come on. No, they just added cars to Starfield, so you can drive around the planet now. I don't know if
how's the driving physics.
I don't know. Probably bad.
God, what game was I where we were talking about the drive? Oh, never mind. That's just
what's that?
It's fucking. Oh god, what's that game?
I don't know.
The game we did for Game Pass with Norman Reedus.
Oh, Death Stranding. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
The vehicle physics in that is awful.
I'm hoping in Death Stranding 2, the vehicle physics are slightly better.
Yeah,
so they were pretty bad in that.
Yes,
pretty bad.
Very bad.
Pretty bad.
Next. In a you know how I said who's asking for another hero shooter?
Yeah,
another hero shooter. Marvel Rivals has a release date now, December 6th, 2024.
But this is Marvel, dude,
and it's free to play.
Everyone loves Marvel,
which means everyone's going to play it.
Yeah, it's no, I'm not playing it.
No, it looks awful.
No, but it's Marvel.
It is Marvel,
so everyone's going to love it.
Everyone's children.
There's no one has superhero fatigue. Everyone is. Give me more of that.
Yeah,
give me more of Secret Invasion.
Nobody's asking for more Secret Invasion.
Can I play as that lady from Secret Invasion?
No.
Oh.
Speaking of Secret Invasion, Secret Levels trailer. Is this an advertisement? What is this? On Prime?
Well, it's
Amazon Prime's video.
It is
Secret
kind of an
Levels
advertisement.
Trailer.
Aren't they all advertisements?
They are kind of all advertisements.
This is from the guys that did Love, Death, and Robots or whatever it is. And it's like animated episodes, but they're based on video games.
Yeah, no, this is good. This is going to be good.
Yeah, so I was like, ooh, this could be good. Except they're doing an episode on Concord. So they may as well want to delete that one. But they have
Armored Core?
Yep.
I'm into it.
Armored Core, but Crossfire, another free-to-play game. Like it's like a PvP shooter, I think.
Yep.
Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, what are they talking about? Baldur's Gate, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Exodus. I don't even know what the fuck it is. Honor of Kings, again, no idea. Mega Man.
Hello.
New World, Aeternum.
Don't know that one.
I'm not surprised. Well, it's New World, the Amazon published
okay.
MMO.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that's there.
Yep.
Pac-Man. I don't know. Miss Pac-Man? Pac-Man Jr.?
Pac-Man Adventures?
Pac-Man wearing a fedora? What was that game? Pac-World?
Packworld, yeah, that game was...
When he comes home from work or whatever?
And then he has to go out and do all these chores, and then just dies to birds.
Yeah. PlayStation, which is spotlighting beloved entities from various PlayStation studios. In the trailer, you can see Kratos.
Yeah.
So who knows what it is. Sifu could be cool. That's that very hard fighting game. Spelunky. I've played Spelunky. He's like a guy that goes...
little adventure.
Yeah. The Outer Worlds, though.
Yes.
That one should be interesting. Because I like that world was interesting.
Yes.
So that could be fun. And they're working on the Outer Worlds too, so it'll, glide into that.
Maybe that'll line up with the schedule and we can do that for Game Club.
Ooh, that'd be all right. And an Unreal Tournament. I mean...
Interesting.
Okay, whatever.
I'm into it.
I wonder if they approached Microsoft and they were like, nah.
Probably.
Nah, that's cool. I mean, technically Microsoft owns Outer Worlds, I think. Because it's made by Obsidian, but it's not published by Microsoft. It was published by First Division, I think. Unless Microsoft is publishing Outer Worlds 2, I don't know. That's why Outer Worlds is not on Game Pass. It's because Microsoft doesn't publish it. It's like Private Division, I think is what the company was called.
I'm looking now.
Yeah,
Private Division.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're doing the second one or what, but I'm excited for that one. Like, why didn't Bethesda look at Outer Worlds when they did Starfield? Like, not even that Outer Worlds is that really that good of a game, but like the story and everything was just so much more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a great game.
Oh,
I thought it was the Fallout experience that I wanted.
Yeah.
That I was like, I feel like playing some Fallout, but I don't want to play Fallout.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, this is what I need.
But like,
right
do you remember when like, I think one in the mosh was like, don't you think all the enemies are bullet spongy? It's like, yeah, I guess so.
I didn't feel that. I was like, everything I went to, I was like...
Well, I did until I was like, oh, my gun is like 20 levels low.
Exactly.
Then it was like, I get a new gun. But but like, there was a lot of things. It was like, they had these interesting guns, but they had no actual real purpose.
Yeah.
Be like
you
the
had
one...
like epic guns that didn't...
Well, there was the one that made guys float in the sky and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, what's the point of that? They fall down and they don't take any damage. Like,
yeah.
It was just interesting ideas that were... And then the food thing was terrible.
The food thing was awful.
Terrible. So terrible.
That was the only awful thing.
But even like the upgrade system wasn't that good. Everything could be improved.
Everything could be improved, yes, but it wasn't a detriment to the gameplay.
No, I liked it.
Except for the food.
Yeah, the food was really bad. Really, really bad.
The food was really bad.
Yeah. So, yeah, that could be fun. I mean, I liked all those... whatever they called them, Love, Death, and Robot.
Oh, yeah.
There was a few that I didn't like.
Oh, yeah, there's a couple where it's like, oh, that's uncomfortable.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was just, like, bad, and I was bored by it. Like, I think the one that I didn't like that you liked was there was, like, these Russian guys on the trail of something, and then there was, like, they were getting killed by these things or whatever, and they went to the little village, and everyone's dead in it and stuff. I just thought that one was terrible, but I remember I said that, and you're like, "Oh, I like that one." I don't remember the exact story of it, so I can't really.
I don't think those are made to be artistic rather than a good storyline.
Oh, this one was not made to be artistic. There was way too many things exploding and blood and shit like that. Artistic one though would be like the one that the guy was kind of like Dr. Manhattan, where he was like an alien or super being, and the woman went to his planet to interview him or something.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is a bit weird and not very well animated. The art style sucked or whatever. So anyways.
Yes. Mafia, the old country.
Oh, baby. This could be really good or really bad. I don't know. I've only played Mafia 2, which was like a 50s Mafia, New York City kind of GTA-esque thing. Which was really good. I really liked it. The story was interesting and everything like that. And then Mafia 3, I never played. It's like New Orleans in the 70s or something like that. But it looked like it was more kind of like how they went with Saints Row, and it was like almost over the top,
Yep.
Whereas if they're going to do Mafia the Old Country, implying maybe it's going to be...
back to the original?
Maybe it's going to be like in Italy, more of a period piece.
Yeah.
Like when I think of Mafia, that's what I think of, like 50s, 60s, 70s, Italian,
Yeah.
You know,
oh yeah, for
New
sure,
York,
for sure.
that kind of thing, where it's like it's in New Orleans. It's kind of like that's not really mafia to me, you know?
No, mafia is definitely New York, Chicago. They're
talking about La Familia.
Yeah, New Orleans. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I never played it. Might be good. I don't know, but. Also in Mafia 2, one of the collectibles was old Playboys.
Oh.
So you'd go collect the centerfolds of old Playboys. That's pretty good. So you have a little goon session in the middle of the game.
Gross.
Yeah, dude, pretty good. I found them all.
Of course you did. When there's something to collect, you're going to collect
There's
them.
An achievement.
Especially when it's old Playboys.
Yeah, there's an achievement. So
much bush.
Yeah. I don't think there really was any bush. Maybe a little peek of it. Maybe a little peek.
Masters of Albion.
Yeah, this
is Peter Molyneux.
Yeah, so don't get your hopes up.
Do not get your hopes up.
I'm sure it'll be adequate and fine, but like he hypes up the stuff he wants to do way too fucking
way
much.
Too much, and is unable to deliver.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time.
I'm sure it'll be fun and interesting. I mean, he did. What was his first real game? Populous.
Yeah,
I think it was.
I think there was one before that,
but I think Populous was the one that really
was the one where it's like, oh, I'm a genius.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he thinks he's a genius, but people say he's a genius, so maybe he starts to think he's a genius. But I remember his interviews before Fable would come out, and he'd talk about how like you'd be walking through the forest, and as you walk through the forest, if you keep going through the same route, a path will eventually develop. And like if you eat an apple and you throw the core away, eventually an apple tree will sprout there and shit. And none of this shit showed up in the game.
No, there was the technology just wasn't there back then to even be able to do that.
Would it really be that hard though? I guess it would.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to remember.
So that shit could all happen now, but yeah, I just was like, I don't know. So I'll be cautiously optimistic for a new Peter Molyneux game, but
yeah, Populous was his first one that took off because the first one he worked on was just as a programmer, not the designer.
Yeah.
So Populous, and then the first one that I played of his was Magic Carpet.
You never played Populous?
No,
really. I played on the Super Nintendo.
Ooh,
yeah. You played Magic Carpet, eh?
Magic Carpet.
I never played Magic Carpet. Yeah, I've played Populous and Fable. I don't know if I played any of his other games. I can't think of any that I've played really.
Populous, Flood, Powermonger, Populous 2, Syndicate.
Oh, I played Syndicate.
Syndicate, I could not get to work on my computer.
I played it on PlayStation 1.
Magic Carpet, Theme Park, High Octane, which is a great game. Magic Carpet 2, Dungeon Keeper.
No.
And then he developed his own studio.
Lionsgate? Lion's Head.
Yeah, Lion's Head.
Yeah.
This is all those ones were with Bullfrog.
Yeah.
And Lion's Head. He did, of course, Black and White, Fable.
Oh, Black and White.
Black and White. Fable.
Never played Black and White either. There was another one where I was like, oh god, I want to play this game.
Project Milo. Remember Project Milo?
Oh, yeah.
360 Connect?
Yeah. That was supposed to be a little AI boy that you could talk to.
Yeah.
Couldn't deliver on that either.
No. I mean, he probably could now, with the AI being the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
He also did the movies.
Oh, the movies. Yeah, okay.
And now on to 22 Cans.
Yes. He did an iOS game. I don't know what it was called. But it was basically just a thing where you would click on an orb or something like that, and it would remove random pie's of it. And then
Curiosity. What's inside the cube?
That's the one. And then if you got to the middle, you won a prize or whatever. There's an article about the guy who won the prize, and it was very underwhelming. Because he was supposed to be like taken to the studio, big tour, win the prize, and then they were going to have him do something with the next game. That was part of the prize, and then the next game never came out, so he never got part of his prize.
69 billion qubits to remove.
And I think he had to pay like a certain amount of money to take a cube off or something like that.
Game came out. When did it come out?
Excuse me. Yeah, I think every time you took off a cube, it cost like a dime or something like that.
November 12th. November 6th, 2012, the game came out. Yeah. And the last cube was removed. When the hell? I just saw it. The last cube was removed May 26th, 2013.
Yeah. So he's got a lot of big ideas.
Yep. That don't necessarily work out too well.
Exactly.
Some of them do. Some of them don't. That's how it is.
Yes.
Dune Awakening. We got a little gameplay reveal.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it looks okay.
It looks fine.
It looks fine.
It looks like an MMO.
Yeah, it sure does.
There's crafting, collecting, fighting.
You know what it kind of reminded me of? Conan.
Oh, Age of Conan?
Age of Conan,
oh, yeah. I tried that game.
I think it's just really like the brownish color of everything.
Hyboria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried Conan on Game Pass, and it was just like, I don't want to collect ferns.
I don't want to dong physics everything.
There's that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the world of Dune is interesting. I can't imagine really playing this. Maybe if it's free to play, could try it maybe. I don't really think most MMOs can charge for... I think unless it's Final Fantasy, I don't think you can charge for the game. I guess...
WoW's the only one that gets away with it.
I guess they all sort of charge for the expansions, but the base game, I think Final Fantasy's the only one that...
charges you for the base?
I think so. And you still need a subscription too.
Yeah.
Because ESO... Oh, maybe you have to buy ESO, but it's like $10 or something like that.
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Free to play? Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yep.
Batman, Arkham Shadows.
VR.
It's for
I
only
remember
on the Meta Quest 3.
at Summer Games Fest, I don't even know why they're showing this. Maybe because it's the gameplay trailer. But at Summer Games Fest, this was the biggest, like, crowd dejection segment of the whole thing. Because they're like, Batman. Everyone's like, oh my god, a new Arkham, oh my god. And then it was like VR and the crowd just like, Yeah. I don't know, VR. Does anyone give a shit about VR?
Some people do still.
I just don't know anyone talking about VR, you know?
Yeah, it's not the big ticket anymore. Like,
I just never really was hyped on VR.
No, you weren't.
Like the best VR I've played,
even when you've played it.
The best VR is Beat Saber.
It's pretty good VR. We haven't played Half-Life Alyx yet.
I can't.
No, you can't.
I only have PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
Of course, anything Valve would make would be good. So, well, I guess they did Relic, but
I mean, we don't know if that game is any good.
Yeah, I'm sure they thought it was really good.
No one's played it to let us know.
Yeah, it's free to play now. You can play it.
Yeah, I totally could.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just what's that game? Marvel
Rivals?
No, the
Snap?
Marvel card. Yeah, Marvel Snap.
It's just like Marvel Snap.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, because the guys who made Artifact went on to make Marvel Snap.
Well, does that mean it's the same game?
It's it's the same concept.
Okay.
Very, very similar anyway, from what I can tell.
Yeah. Marvel, Arkham Shadows, whatever. Flush it down the toilet.
Yeah. Here's something that looks like something you'd play. Monster Hunter Wilds.
Exactly. I am interested in it, but like Monster Hunter World, right?
Yeah.
Like, this game should, I know it's Capcom is part of the problem, but like, this should really be games as service, never-ending game, where you just play forever.
Yep.
And they add new monsters, new cosmetics, all new this areas. Sort of stuff. I am interested in the game, but like, if it's just going to be another Monster Hunter Worlds, like, you play it for a couple months, and then it's done for. And then they release the expansion, and you fight some new monsters, and then the game is over. It's just like, this is not the kind of game I want to just play and be done with, really.
That's weird.
You're making a face.
I never really thought about it before, that it was just like a compartmentalized game.
Yeah.
And they just keep, that's it. It's not a continuation. It's not DLC or an add-on, an expansion to Worlds
they have
or whatever game it is.
They have their standard thing. Base game, one expansion, game's over. There's nothing else added. It's done for.
It seems like that this should be, a games as a service game.
I get that in a game like Skyrim.
Yeah.
Where it's a single player game. Yeah. They give you the story. Then here's a nice little additional story beat you can play. But this is totally a game that's a games as service.
It's It's the games as a service game without being an actual games as a service.
Maybe they did do a Monster Hunter in Asia that was games as a service.
Yeah.
And that's been shut down or whatever. So, but part of the problem is this is a Capcom game.
Yeah.
And that's what Capcom does.
Yeah.
They do a game, a sequel, a DLC, and here's the next iteration a few years down the road. Because they did it with they did Monster Hunter World, then they had Monster Hunter Rise.
Yep.
Now they got Monster Hunter Wilds, and it's like, you know, once it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
And I would like it to be just not done.
Yeah, that's weird. Just make it
keep
all one
going.
Monster Hunter. Just keep it going.
I mean, they could sell the DLCs, whatever. Do it like an MMO.
Mm-hmm.
Do it like Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Like, imagine a multiplayer Final Fantasy that was just like one and done.
Yeah, like what?
Just weird.
That is weird.
So I don't expect to ever see a Monster Hunter that's a games as service. Even if they charged for it and then continued on, you know, I think that would work better. I mean,
think so,
whatever.
too.
They know what they're doing. They're going to sell 10 million copies.
Yeah, they are.
They're going to make a buttload of money.
They're the model's working.
It's
so
going to be fine, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just this style of game. I don't want it to be one and done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
So I did buy Monster Hunter World, but that was kind of like in the past, you know, sort of. Like imagine Warframe came out and they just did it and then did an expansion and then Warframe 2's coming.
Be like, what?
Like, what? No, I don't think so.
Or imagine if they, you know, did Destiny and, you know, had a bunch of expansions. They're like, oh, Destiny 2's coming.
Yeah. And then like we're gonna take away your DLC.
Yeah,
actually,
it's like, oh yeah, this DLC doesn't exist anymore. Whoopsie.
Yeah. Yeah, like look at the Destiny model. That would even work better for this game.
Yeah, for sure.
But don't delete. Don't delete.
No.
Don't delete.
Don't delete.
Yeah.
That's weird. Why would you do that? Next up, this is a Kirby
Ooh.
game. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage.
I think I might actually buy this.
I don't see why you wouldn't buy
Well,
this.
I usually wait
I'm watching the trailer. It's like, this is everything that you want
I
in a
usually will wait till it's on sale and stuff, but this one looks so interesting, I might just have to buy it. Play
creators
it on
of Life is Strange, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one actually looks like they have a big budget. Because like Don't Nod did Life is Strange for Microsoft.
Yeah.
And looks great, good cinematics, graphics are so good, story, everything interesting.
It looks really good.
But shortly after they did one that was published by Bandai Namco called Twin Mirror, I think. Same sort of style, story, whatever, blah, blah. And the graphics are just not good. The story's just not quite there. The cinematics are just not so good. And you can tell like Bandai Namco is just like, here's this amount of money. We're not giving you any more. Make the game. Whereas Microsoft obviously had a much bigger budget. And this looks like more like that Life is Strange budget, you know?
Yeah, big budget.
So I think I'll be getting this one on day one. Maybe it's a birthday gift for myself. It comes out on February 18th, so I might do that.
I think you probably will.
Yeah, it looks really good, so yeah, definitely up my alley.
Agreed. Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Campaign gameplay.
Meh.
Don't care.
Don't care.
I did enjoy, when I would buy Call of Duty, I would enjoy the single player, but I just I'm not gonna. I guess it'll probably be on Game Pass. I never thought of that. Maybe I would play down the campaign, you know, because I don't give a flying fuck about multiplayer. I'm kind of past PvP.
Yeah, you're over PvP. That's it.
Like,
no more PvP.
I never really was into PvP.
Yeah,
but like, I don't know, man. I'd just rather do PvE. Co-op PvE is more fun for me than PvP. PvP is just like frustrating. So I think the campaign could be fun.
It looks all right. It looks, you know, like any other Call of Duty Black Ops campaign.
Breach and clear.
Usually pretty fun.
Pop smoke. Yeah. Is soap going to be in it?
I doubt it. Give me my soap back.
Yep. I will give you your soap if you ask nicely.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I don't have to bend down and pick it up. You just hand it to me.
Wait a minute.
Goat Simulator Remastered has been announced.
Yeah. This is like, did you watch this trailer at all?
I'm kind of quickly scanning through it. It looks absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's got all these like references to other games in it.
Yeah.
Like parodies of, you know, different franchises and stuff. At the start, he like looks into the cell and there's like, I guess that's supposed to be Varian Wynn from World of Warcraft, like the leader of the Alliance. And then like they have the wagon go by like, oh, what are you doing here from Skyrim, you know? So I mean, I never played Goat Simulator. It always seemed to me like just too cringy.
Oh, it's absolutely ridiculous.
And not interesting to me. Like it's kind of like they made a shitty game and then were like, no, it's intentional. It's intentionally glitchy and buggy and acts like shit and does crappy things. That's part of how it works. Part of the game.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
Seems like you're just lazy, but people seem to like it. So,
yeah.
Because this is the third
following.
one, right?
Yeah.
Because they did Goat Simulator 1.
Yeah.
Goat Simulator 3.
Yeah.
Now they're doing Goat Simulator Remastered.
But it's just going to be the first one remastered.
Well, is it? Or is it just, they're just calling it that? I think they're just calling it that.
I don't know. If you go to the end, it's the actual Goat Simulator 1 stuff. It's at the end of that trailer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, what is the Goat Simulator 1 stuff?
Yeah, it's like, just shows the city, shows some of the quests you do as the goat in Goat Simulator 1.
Oh,
it's just that compartmentalized city where you just do all this silly stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I never really got the fascination with it.
I don't know. I'm sure if I was a pubescent teenager, I would enjoy it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we're a little old for it.
Yeah, we don't get them jokes that they're trying to put out there.
Jokes and japes.
Jokes and japes. All the memes.
Oh, is that how you pronounce it? I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time.
Yeah.
My bad.
You got to get the memes.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And that was pretty much it for Gamescom 2024.
Yep.
And pretty much it for this podcast.
Yes, sir.
Unless you got anything else?
No, really, not really. A bit of a shorty. One day you'll have more time.
I mean,
okay.
It's fairly long. It's almost been 3 hours since we hit the record button.
Yeah, but podcast has only been...
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, when you don't have Game Club at the end of it, Game Club really extended the podcast.
That's true,
out.
too. That's true,
and so,
it's okay. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
We just don't have that Game Club
You're a busy
anymore.
man, and I am the opposite of that.
You're pretty busy. You got that D to work on.
I love working the D. But that's like for pleasure.
Yes.
Whereas you're working for pain or something. I don't know.
I mean, I'm working to fulfill dreams.
Yes.
Because I'm like, I am not sitting around and not doing the things I want to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Currently, I'm in a state of half doing the things I want to do and half not doing the things
I can't imagine that when I was younger, I was like, I'd like to work in a warehouse. That'd be pretty fun.
Don't sleep on your dreams, people. You can make them happen.
It's true.
I'm in the process.
I don't have a dream. I need to get a dream.
Be big YouTuber.
That's never going to happen.
You're sleeping on it. That's why.
I don't even think it would matter if I was sleeping on it or not, honestly. Yeah. Anyways, what a downer. Let's wrap this up so I can go home and cry.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Patreon.com/StreamVoid. You can get in there. You support this podcast with your hard-earned dollar dues. And if you liked what you heard, and I know that you did, make sure you leave us a comment, a thumbs up, share us with a friend. Get us out there. Put us in other people's ear holes. Let us know what you like about this podcast. Let us know how you did. Just go down below. There's a down below of this, whatever you're listening to this on, and just type a thing out and be like, send, and be like, hey.
Or direct message.
Hey, or direct message.
Or like say IRL.
Oh, yeah, just come up to us and slap us in the face. Be like, good
I hated it. Oh, no, I liked it. That's how they show their appreciation with a face slap?
With a face slap.
Good Lord.
Oh, beautiful.
No,
then
thank
kiss
you.
you on the other cheek.
No, thank you.
No.
Turn the other cheek like Jesus?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Oh, well, with that being said, we will see you guys again in 1 week's time.
Bye.